trouble, 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 trouble. You know I might get in trouble. You know I might get in trouble. Trouble, 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 trouble. Yeah, I may get in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke and Briaunna, Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and fled on my wrist. She said she buy, I said Pola. She said hi, I said Ola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up. I'm like, hold up. She said she buy, I said Pola. She said hi, I said Ola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up. I'm like, yeah, I'm making in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke and Briaunna, Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and fled on my wrist. Good trouble like John Lewis, on the daily like Jon Stewart. With this rap, I'm a conduit. Got 'em worried.
Good job, Cook.
Appreciate that. You know, I try. Welcome to another episode of I May Get in Trouble for This. It's your boy T.Cooke.
It's Briaunna Monet, and it's
The one and only. Let's give him a good intro.
Thank you.
the one and only. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
So, Mxatrx, but people know me as Mikey Roxx.
Thanks.
And I'm here today to get in trouble with my people.
You're already my favorite guest already.
Thank you.
All the way from LA to VA.
Oh yeah, LA to VA.
Had to tap in.
Let's go.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into a lot. Appreciate you tapping in. But yeah, man, like how you been though, man? It's been a minute since we seen each other.
I know.
Literal years.
Facts.
Literal years though.
Yeah.
Yes. We always talk on the phone when we can tap in, but
Sure.
it's been a minute since we seen each other in person. How you been overall, man?
I've been good, man. Just working on myself, you know, self-improvement, mental
That's
health,
important.
being a better person, growing up.
Yeah.
You know, when I left and went to LA, I was 25. Now I'm about to be 30.
Yeah.
You know,
When's your birthday?
September 2nd.
You're getting there.
Virgo
Dirty
lifestyle.
30.
Virgo.
You know?
You're a Virgo.
Yeah, so it's just growing up, you know, like I felt like getting out of college, you still young and figuring things out and you trying to like, you know, but then you graduate, a lot of people don't get a job when they graduate. You know, I was fortunate enough to get a job, go to LA and be thrown into a whole new environment. So I had to like mature and grow up in Los Angeles, like become a man in LA, away from my friends and my family, and people that I could trust. And, you know, I learned a lot of different lessons and I was able to be in a lot of different situations and scenarios and really feel like, you know, I grew up there. So LA is like my second home for sure.
That's what it is.
Sure.
Speak to people about like how you took the opportunity to go to LA fresh out of college and how that kind of the maturation process, how that journey kind of brought you to where you are now.
Yeah, yo, you know, y'all know me from like way back when I had the Mikey Roxx brand.
Wait,
clothing.
can I interrupt you? I brought something on set today.
Oh, what you got? Hold on.
Hold on, beloved. Hold on.
Hey, yo,
come on, yo. You playing dirty.
I had to bring something on
She
set.
playing dirty because I could have brought my Mikey Roxx on set too, though.
Hey,
This is
That's
how I met
crazy.
Mikey, though.
Not the
yeah.
hockey jersey, though.
Can I see this?
Yeah.
This is from the archives.
This is the OG Mikey Roxx.
When the last time you see one of them?
Well, first of all, y'all see the New Virginia.
New Virginia.
Y'all,
I
New
love
Virginia.
that. Yeah.
You heard it here first. You
Yes.
see it. We was the first ones doing that. And
Is the year on there, though?
nah, the year ain't on
The
here.
year ain't on there.
But you know, you was there.
Well, 1991.
Well,
Is
established 1991, but
yeah.
You know, that's when I was yo.
That's how I met Mikey. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Did this shoot with you and Reggie.
yep.
Yeah.
And then we did. She was actually the first one to do shoot for Nico Super. Was like the next thing I was dropping before I turned into like my creative agency.
Yeah.
You was the first person to do like the promo video. And
I remember.
then I did we went to Richmond and did the fashion show. So
all around the same time.
yeah. So this right here is, I don't have this. I don't have any of this. I don't have any
Oh man,
item
steal my shirt now.
at all.
Tell
of
them
this.
about the
We have to frame
backstory
it.
of these jerseys and how I played a part in picking them up, dropping them off.
Oh yeah. So man, I'm gonna just show this for the camera one more time.
I love it.
You know, I have only one other picture of me actually with this shirt, just
That's
like this.
crazy.
It was in a store. What store was that in Virginia Beach? Sneaker store.
Oh, what is the joint? It's a sneaker store.
Virginia Beach. It was right across from the mall.
Soul
shopping
Food
center.
Kicks.
Soul Food Kicks. We had these
And
hockey jerseys.
Yep. We had the 5 Joints mixtape
Yeah.
up in there. Yep.
This is the second generation jersey because the first one was just the rocks with the bolt,
Yeah.
and then we had the different materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I
that
always
came
wanted a
about.
bucket hat.
For real?
I did.
I got you.
You didn't even drop them for the public. Only a few people had
Yeah,
them.
only like a few people got the bucket hat, yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have it back.
Okay. I didn't know. Were you like
Nah.
taking
He think it's narwhal. We ain't there yet.
We'll have
You
to
know,
frame it.
it's I made the clothes for the people.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted the people to have the merch. Like even when I didn't have it, I wanted them to have like
Right.
all the clothes. So like I made everything and I gave it all away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't keep anything. I got a couple of things though.
Yeah.
You know, so I think going back to when we first started, it was Greg, Carter, Rashad, myself, and I came to Greg first, and I was like, "Yo, bro, in the club, I think in the club, I was like, yo, Greg, I got this idea, you know, like I got this brand, I think it'll be hot, like for real, bro, like all you gotta do is believe in me, man,
Yeah.
like." And you know, Greg was working at DCLR at the time when it was hot, you know, and Carter, they both was working there, and Carter was the one that suggested I should go talk to Greg, and just like talking to him about what I was trying to do, and he was like, "Yo, I believe in you." And he went and got the first shirts made, the Bears in Space. We had the tank tops. Yeah. It was like all janky merch, but it was still it had to start somewhere, and it got better as I got better as a designer. I started studying like streetwear brands and really getting into like streetwear, like trying to figure out like how to be the best, in the area what I do, and. We did some photo shoots, man, and then we had just some city kids. I don't know if you got one of those.
Yeah, I was in the photo shoot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We was on the rooftop in Portsmouth.
Yeah,
you,
okay.
Me, Huey, Issa.
Yep, Tay, and a couple other people. Yeah, okay, because I was sitting on the car. I remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
So from there, then we progressed to the hockey jersey. I think the hockey jersey was real, like the first cut and sew.
Yeah.
And I think my cousin Chrissy, she was getting her fabrics from someplace in New York, and she had told me about the magic show in Vegas, and I need to go. And she gave me the website, and I was ordering like all those fabrics, and I had the ones that had the blue joint, the green scale joint, and it was another one, and Cooke played an integral part in the facilitation of creating the hockey jerseys because it was tough to make that jersey because nobody had like the skills, but we met I forget her name.
Yeah, she was based in Yorktown though.
Yeah, she was based in Yorktown.
Stay in Yorktown.
Yeah.
Mikey called me, "Hey, I need you to go pick these jerseys up for me, bro."
Yeah.
So many a nights I go pick the jerseys up and then travel to the Portsmouth, and drop these jerseys off, and you approve and be like, "Yo, these is hard," or
Yeah. And we got it really blew up. Like everybody was ordering them. It was super dope. I think the mainstream item though that I skipped over was the Briaunna T-shirt.
Talk about it.
Yo,
I remember that.
The Briaunna T-shirt. I remember when Karma liked that joint on Instagram. I was like, yo, like that's back when
that Karma Loop.
Yeah, yo.
Right.
Crazy thing is, I ended up working with Greg Soko like years later when I moved to LA.
That's
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle. We gonna get into more full circles.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It was dope. Just like putting that shirt out, everybody was like, "Yo, I gotta have that Rihanna shirt."
Shirt.
What color was that?
It was white. It was a white shirt.
Yeah.
But she was from. It was which.
It was the joint where she had
like a black pixie cut. Was that? No.
What she have on?
It was just wasn't she like topless in the joint?
Yeah, I think she was topless.
Yeah.
What album was that?
I remember vaguely.
It was around the time when she did Love.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm surprised we didn't get it.
I know, cause I was like, I remember we did a show, me, Keith Wavy, Aurel, and Dolo wore the shirt on stage at our show at ODU. We did like Battle of the Halls, and everybody was like, "Yo, who is this dude with this Briaunna shirt?" Or like, it was just attention grabbing. It was just nuts, dog. Yeah. So especially for that time, I think that was like 2013, 2014.
Yeah. Cause I had came back from state. Cause I had went to Virginia State after.
Oh yeah, and I didn't know you then. Yeah. I didn't know. I knew of your work. Right. But we hadn't met in person yet. Right. So. Yeah,
yo, and I feel like that from there the buzz, and then the hockey jerseys was like the album. Okay. and then we had the pants, and then I met Reggie. Yeah. My boy, R.I.P. Reggie. Yeah. I met Roland. Yeah, I met Roland first. Okay.
The whole Felipe brothers.
Yeah. Shout out to the whole Felipe Bros production, my extended bros. For sure. Like Roland, like as soon as I met Roland, I knew he was cool.
The whole family,
And he was like, "Yo, you need to meet my brother Reggie. I feel like y'all will connect, and like y'all gonna be like best friends because y'all think the same." Yeah. And it was crazy because when I met Reggie, it was like instant like click. And I had slowed down on the brand like after the hockey jerseys. I had slowed down a little bit because financially it got kind of crazy. Yeah. And people don't know this. Like Reggie, he was the one that resurrected everything in 2014.
It's 2014.
Yeah. He was like, "Yo, why you not doing the brand no more?" Because we went from Greg going from door to door selling T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Him and Carter to like slowing down because the bread, was getting low. And Reggie was like, "Yo, why you not doing this?" He like, "This is dope. This is dope." And he really like put the bread up, and I think we did the sweatsuits. Everybody came to the crib. We started dropping fashion music videos. I gotta say this. Music, fashion videos.
Facts. No cap.
You know what I'm saying?
Back then, that was unheard of. Yeah. I think Reggie breathed some necessary life into the brand at that time, like you said, because like y'all visions matched so seamlessly. And I remember coming through to the spot, hopping in a photo shoot, hopping in a video shoot, just trying to contribute any way that I could, you know what I'm saying? Because I seen where y'all was trying to go with it. And I remember like, before y'all even do the drops on the website, I'll pull up to the spot and I need 2 of this, I need 2 flip-flops, I need 2 jackets, I need 2 hats. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need different stuff. Man. So, and it's like I was just as a black man, as a black artist, and you being a black creator, we always talk about people that want like the handouts. They want the homie discount. It's like, bro, but you really should sow into somebody that you see potential in. Right. That's why I was like, I didn't mind spinning and breaking bread with you because I knew you was just gonna invest it right back into the brand. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's not about I don't want this dude to come up off my money. It's like, bro, support each other, bro.
Give me full price.
Break bread. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. And I was just trying to sow into you, dog. So yeah, bro, I seen it early on,
you, my boy.
You already know.
Yeah, bro. It was dope, man. Just to see like. And then we had the ASAP video, the ASAP song playing, over top of the video. And first of all, let me give a big shout out to Issa. Because Issa was the very first person, after Greg and him, before Reggie, Issa Bolden. Yeah, look at the Issa Bolden.
Shout out Issa, man.
He really was like, you dope, bro. Like, he was the first person. I met him through this model. Dang, she gonna be tight. I remember her name.
It's okay.
I'm getting in trouble already.
Target to the mind, not the heart.
So I don't know why I just blank. It might be the drink, but but she hooked it up, and she was like, "Yo, I be Issa. He does videography," and Issa was the one who was like Reggie before Reggie. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he put the stuff in the mall on display at this store. It used to be a store in MacArthur. And he would take the shirts and put them on the mannequins. And shout out to D. She used to let him do it, Dion. And people was coming in the store thinking the store had the brand.
Yeah.
And that was back when it was like the Mikey shirts. It was like M, but it was in shapes like diamond and different shapes. But it said Mikey, and we had like the bootleg quality. But that was like the beginning. You know, after like it was Greg and Carter, Rashad, you know, Quell and them and helping. And then it transitioned to like Issa doing the production, the videos, and then all of us. We was like the new generation of the brand developing. And Jay came along, Ali, you know, everybody who assisted and helped with that. And I feel like it kind of took it to the next level. I feel like we had our own culture in just the stuff that we was doing. You know what I'm saying?
What a time to be alive.
You know, so
what a time.
Shout out to the Roxx brand, man. That was a great chapter in my life, man, and it opened it up for everything else. So shout out everybody who ever bought a T-shirt, whoever was in a photo shoot, man. There's so many people. We had everybody in the photo shoots. It was like the what's the joint with Busta Rhymes? The touch it remix. Touch it remix.
Yeah, for real.
We had everybody in the shoots, yo.
It was like that though.
Anybody who was hot in the city, it was like
you had to pull up.
Rod, shout out to Zay, everybody, you know, Amanda and Fee and everybody, Nia and Cope and everybody, bro, everybody. Shout out to everybody that
has been seen in your brand.
Yeah,
and like the brand was just so strong. Like I'll have a Mikey Roxx hat on or a shirt on, and I'm walking in the mall, and somebody will stop me. Yo, that's hard. Yo, I know Mikey. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was in the club one night. I'm in the club, you know what I'm saying? I got the hat on. Dude stopped me, pulled his sleeve up and showed me a Mikey Roxx brand tattoo on his sleeve. I said, "Oh, the loyal and the loyalty is real.
Yeah.
The dedication is real."
Oh man, yo.
Had the logo on this arm, dog. I said, "Oh yeah, we not playing no games."
Man, I'm grateful for that love, man. It really like, you know, helped, you know, like you know, and then obviously it transitioned to, you know, LA, you know what I'm saying? Well, Nico Super did LA.
Yeah. So talk about that transition. Like, what made you kind of like want to evolve the brand? Was it you moving out to LA? Was it things that you seen when you were out there? Was it shoulders that you rubbed when you was out there? What made you want to, okay, I have a successful brand, but now it's time to evolve to the next level?
Jay said Jay, shout out to Jay Melendez, man, in the perfect play, you know. He was like, yo, I feel like the brand is holding you back. And he was like, I always wanted to tell you that. And I was thinking to myself, I was like how? You know, like this is all I've been doing. Like I feel like, yo, we got you know, got matching T-shirts, we got shorts, slides, hoodies, Letterman jackets. Yeah. We got everything. Like it was full on, you know, collection of stuff.
Not a T-shirt line.
Nah, not a T-shirt line. Don't get it twisted. We had everything, yo, and videos, and we was shooting stuff. And even like we got invited to Agenda Long Beach. Like people don't even know we had Agenda had a competition for 100 brands around the world, and we entered the competition, and we ended up getting like honorable mention. Yeah. And the dude Cody DeBacher, he work at like Shopify now, but shout out to him. He was like, he emailed me and was like, look, y'all didn't win, but this brand is hot. And if we could get y'all to come to LA and show at the Magic Show, I think y'all would, at Agenda. Yeah. At Agenda. Agenda.
It's a different,
you know what I'm saying?
Trade show.
It's Agenda, not Magic. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We were just having a conversation about Magic, popped up. But Agenda, Long Beach. And I'm like, hey, Cali, I ain't never been there. I don't know where long. I don't know what's going on. And I think when we couldn't get the money to go, it deflated the brand. Yeah. I feel like it's like getting to the Super Bowl and then getting blown out. Yeah. It's like, yo, what we gonna do? You know, and I think everybody kind of got deflated and we all started doing our separate things. Me and Reggie, we started doing this shout out to Reggie because we started going to Richmond and going to the parties. Like during that time, towards like the last 2 years of like the brand, we was going to Richmond. We was at the parties. We was promoting it. We had everybody wearing the stuff. Like it was like real like on the grind work, you know. And then when we couldn't go to Agenda, it kind of deflated everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the Nico Super thing happened. And then I hit up this wonderful woman right here with this idea that I had, because I was like, all right, look, if I'm not doing a Roxx brand anymore, I got to do something, you know? And that's when I was like, yo, you know, Nico Super is like my next thing, you know? Yeah. And it was just like, it was like a more premium version of like what we was doing, you know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like in ways like what you said that Jay said, do you feel like in ways having your name directly attached to your brand hindered or helped spread it more at the time?
I think it helped because people invest in people, not things, you know? So I just feel like I didn't become, I didn't go the route where I was trying to be like Pharrell, you know? Like, if I was like, yo, I'm gonna be this fashion dude, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say, yo, I'm Mike Roxx. Like, I'm the guy, I'm VA, I'm that. I don't think I was there mentally. I think I just liked the fact that I had the brand and I was able to share my story and I had a community.
Because the brand got bigger than you, and you were always the type of person that played the background. Like, you know what I'm saying? And let the work and the creativity speak for itself. Yeah. You never really wanted like the validation of it. For sure. You just wanted the brand to be for the people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think some people knew the brand but didn't even know that you per se.
Right.
You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
that's actually a good point. And I feel like that's kind of what happened. Yeah. And it was like that. So the deflation, me, and then I just didn't step into like, and then I wanted to go bigger, you know. That's why I started going to intern. You know, like when he went over there, you know what I'm saying? Virgin, I felt like I had the only way I could do that was like RP55. I was like, yo, I gotta learn this game. Like I got my own brand, but like, you know, we end up tapping out. I gotta learn the business. Like we got there on just straight up
passion
and everybody working together, you know what I'm saying? So when I started interning, I would, you know, I had my part-time job at ODU Sports. So I would go there in the morning. I would go to RP55 in the afternoon. Every single day, I would do both. You know, every day. I
remember that.
And I would learn. Once I thought I got like enough knowledge, it was around the time of like, you know, junior year at ODU. You know, I don't think I was pushing the clothes for real like that. I don't think so.
I know you was doing a lot of the designs for the sports department.
I had started doing more of the graphic stuff, and then because that was around the time, because I had started thinking about the Nico Super thing. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna do more premium, you know. And I think like when it was time, and the internship kind of ended, and I was like, all right, I learned a lot about traveling to the trade shows, and everybody's telling me I need to go. Yeah. And then that next year, which was like my last year of college, I said, yo, if I'm gonna make it in the game, bro, like if I'm gonna really let people know, like this is the year where I gotta be like on it, you know, because we did Virginia Fashion Week, RVA Fashion Week, the daggone Made fashion show in Richmond, and I think like doing those, and then you know October doing the Made show, I was like, all right, I need to make a big play. And then that's when Chris came through with the whole Puff situation, which kind of solidified me as a designer.
That was major.
But I knew the brand was over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew the brand was over, and it was the start of a new era.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, you know, you designed the jacket for Puff Daddy for the
Bad Boys
for the documentary.
Still want a jacket. Still want
joint
one.
was so
I remember
fire,
I hit you up. I was like, I want a jacket.
Oh, I got
we talk about it off air. But yeah, like talk about how that came apart and like how that came about and just what that meant to you as a designer at that time to get that look and that opportunity. A lot of people from where we from the 7-5 from Portsmouth, they don't ever get an opportunity to design something for Puff and he actually wear it in his documentary. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like surreal.
And on the road, like they were touring. That's when Bad Boys was touring. Yeah.
So it's like, talk about that, bro.
Yo, first of all, I'm super grateful, you know, and shout out to Chris Latouche, you know, VA legend and himself. He texted me one day and was like, yo, you wanna make a jacket for, you know, Puff?
Yeah.
And I remember like not texting him back Because I was like, man, what? Like, don't text me no crazy stuff like that.
BS.
And I think he like texted me again and was like, yo, like you gonna do it or not?
Yeah.
And I remember like being, I think I was at the crib. I was sitting on the bed. I remember I was sitting on the bed, and I'm like, yo, all right, like, you know, let's figure it out, you know. And at the same time, my boy Linwood, shout out to Linwood, because he was an integral part of like the next wave of like what I was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's senior year of college, and I'm at ODU. You know, I'm at the, you know, I've graduated to getting paid part time. I was an intern in sports, now I'm getting paid. I'm not doing a fashion intern no more. You know, I'm trying to figure out like what I'm about to do next. We had the Vegas trip coming up. And because we had went the previous year, and this year I was like, all right, I'm about to be networking this year. So Vegas trip was coming up, and then Agenda had their first Miami show. So this will tie in the whole when we got deflated at the Roxx brand. So around that time, I was like, yo, I'm trying to figure out the next play, and I skipped finals week. I go to.
Let's not skip over that. This man skipped finals week.
I skipped that shit. I said, yo, I ain't about to do this. I was like, this shouldn't be here when I get back. Like, it'll be here when I get back. So I left, went to Miami in the middle of the week, and went to Agenda. I was like, yo, this how I knew it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Talk about stepping out on faith.
Yeah.
Faith.
Yeah.
Yo, the dude Cody was there. He was there in Miami. And I got to meet him face to face. Like, think about it. I had never seen this dude ever. But he just happened to be in Miami the week that I decided to go down there. You know what I'm saying? So Linwood was like, yo, you got to go. You got to meet these people. And he gave me like a list of people that I needed to meet. Didn't matter when I was going to meet them, but I had to meet everybody on this list. So went down there, met Cody, met this dude Keith, who we'll talk about later. And, you know, I connected with a lot of people in the industry, in the game. So when I got back, you know, I had got the message from Chris, so I'm like, yo, things is bubbling up. So then I ended up, you know, sending over some drafts. So it was like 6 different designs. And Puff was like, nah, I take this, change this. Like, you know, he was sending me like back and forth. And I was like, all right. So then he would send it to, you know, Puff's sons, Christian, and they would either send me the screenshots, and then he, you know, send it to Groovy Lou, and you know what I'm saying, like just the whole everybody, you know what I mean. So
everybody's input.
Everybody get input. So I'm like, word. So we finally get down to like the main design, kind of, sorta, you know. So I only got like a limited time to make the jacket. So
I remember that.
Yeah, yo. So I go into work, you know, get the patches made, everything. So I get the first draft made, and yo, I sent the files in, and the lady spelled entertainment wrong. So it was like Bad Boy Entertainment.
Oh my God.
I was like, Bad Boy Entertainment? Oh, do you not know this is going to Mr. Combs?
Right.
Mister, you better give me some fresh socks every hour? Like, you think you about
Mr. God like himself? Like,
what?
Really?
You think Brother Love gonna look at entertainment and be happy about this? No.
For real though. Yeah, I remember this though. I remember this conversation.
Bro, what?
You was hot.
I was hot.
You had you had a deadline you had to meet.
Yeah.
Bro, so she got mad at me because she spelled it wrong. I'm like, bro, how you send me the proof and the proof spelled right, but you print it out and it's incorrect? Like, you can't get mad at me.
Yeah.
So I remember getting the second iteration done. I'm at my old high school now. Like, I gotta resort back to where it all started. I'm in the high school. You know what I'm saying? You get the roots. When I first learned how to screen print with Miss Wydack, you know, they taught me the graphics. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mr. Bullock and Tim Smith. I'm like, yo, we got to get this done. So I'm in there using the heat press, the screen print, to do the tag in the back. Like, I'm in the high school. We screen printing the tag, cutting the leather out. We trying to get it in. And I remember we got the patch perfect. Put it on the jacket. Boom. Got the patch made. Finally was right. Jacket was cool. Everything was good. Took it to the mall, and because that was the only place that had the machine to like put it up there. Yeah. So we go to the mall. Dudes aggressive as hell with the jacket. Like he's aggressively.
Yeah, like bro, do you know who this is going to? Dog?
Right.
Like yo, calm down.
Yeah.
He take out a lighter. He burn it. I'm like, yo. Yeah. I bagged it up and I sent it off. I was like, yo, it's over. I'm sending this. I don't want it in my possession no more because
something gonna go wrong.
Something go wrong,
Nerves
yo.
are bad.
Sent the joint off. Chris was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Go send it. And the touchdown. And then he texted me. He was like, all right, got the package. I'm about to take it. You know,
the eagle has landed.
Play by play. I'm like, all right. Hey, you never had. Everybody was fronting on me about design and like this the biggest in the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Biggest in the game. This the one right here. This the dude.
Yeah.
So he texted me and I remember he said like he was like, yo, Puff saw it. He just told me to put it in, you know, in his stuff with the rest of his stuff. And I was like, all right. Because I paid for this shit myself.
Yeah.
I paid to make this.
You put a lot into it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fast forward, it's like 3 a.m. You know, I'm at my ex spot at the time. I'm sleeping. My phone, you know, phone vibrating. And it was like success. And that's when I got that. And I wasn't gonna post this. It was a picture of Puff with the jacket on, talking the game in the studio.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, yes. So I was like, all right, bet. So I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then I think like the next day, I was asleep, and they called me on the phone. Yo, I had woke up maybe like 5 minutes after, and I was like, somebody's calling. And then I'm like calling. He's like, yo, Puff's trying to talk to you. I'm like, what? Yeah. What? I'm asleep. What?
No time for sleep.
No sleeping. Out here getting cheesecakes and ain't no sleep. Ain't no sleep, bro. What?
Yeah.
Dog, I just was calling back. Now I remember he was like, yo, I just left, but like, yo, Puff, he want to talk to you. You know, he rocks with you or whatever. I'm like, word. So I remember us being on the phone like for like 9 hours, like after that, just kind of like going through ideas for like the Bad Boy tour, just like me and Chris, just going back and forth, you know, Puff in the room, walking around. I'm on the other side of the phone. I didn't even go to class that day. I was like, I don't give a damn about this. I don't even care about this.
Right.
And I remember like the next, like a couple of days after that, something like that, like Puff had posted on Instagram. And then that's why I knew like, yo.
It was up and it was stuck.
It was up and it was stuck, yo.
Yeah.
And then, you know, fast forward, the documentary came out.
Yeah.
I was in LA by that time. Like, Chris was like, yo, you should just move to LA. Like, you already did Jack Puff. Like, you might as well just come to LA. Yeah. And I remember asking everybody, like, yo, should I move to LA? Because I really wanted, I was trying my hardest to move to New York. I'm talking about, I was going to take classes at, what was that joint? It was NYU? NYU. They had housing at NYU for people. Like, bro, I was I was trying to get to New York, bro. Like, and God was like, nah, my boy, you need to go to LA.
Yeah.
And I applied for USC, got an interview like immediately. So I already knew like, all right, it's about to be LA.
Killed
bro.
the interview process, did all of that.
Yeah.
And
that
was your ticket. That was your ticket
right.
to the West Coast.
Yeah, that was my ticket to the West Coast, bro. And you know, that's how it happened.
Man. Bro, it's epic, bro. It's epic, man. Talk about like, you know, like you said, you wanted to go to New York, but you ended up going to LA.
Right.
And God kind of had that in his plans for you. Talk about like the things that, because everybody like has this idea in their head. They want to move to the West Coast. They want to move to LA, but they don't know the practicality behind what it really takes to make it. Because there's so many people that move out there and then they end up moving back.
Right.
So talk about having the sustainability to be out there for 5 years and what you had to go through, some of the trials and tribulations that you feel comfortable sharing. Talk about that process since you've been out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. So, obviously, I ain't never been to LA in my entire existence. I've never seen it. I never lived there. Know anybody there. But I had a sense of comfort when Issa moved there. He's like, yo, come. My barber moved there.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I live it now.
Okay.
The barber moved there. You gotta follow.
All these two from the 7-5 that I knew, they was there that I didn't know before that I got introduced to.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so VA is in the building.
Yeah.
So I should be straight.
Yeah.
So I go there, and obviously I had a job. So I can't say that I went there on a humbug, like, yo, I drove out there. Like some people,
Couch surfing.
you know, because a lot of people did that. USC, they was treating me like I was playing on the basketball team.
They gave you a championship ring when they won.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They shipped my car. They gave me money to go around, put me in the hotel.
You were designing official Nike merchandise for USC.
Like I'm in the building. Like we good. This Trojan, you know what I'm saying? This family right here. We out here in these streets. And you know, I got my first crib, and like my transition there was smooth.
Okay.
You know, just emotionally, you know, you miss your parents and your brothers and sisters, everything like that. But my transition there was smooth. They handled everything. And for the first 5 months, I had a job. I had 90% covered healthcare, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in LA, like I'm out. I go to the game, you know what I'm saying? I was in a relationship at the time, it was long distance, but it ended up fading out because you know, you work in different hours, 3 hours behind.
Yeah.
And it was cool, but then it comes to the point where you like, I don't know about this. You know, it's nice, but
it's almost too comfy.
Yeah, like I'm getting fat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm eating there, I'm going out.
Happy weight.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I got my bills is paid, everything. I'm like, it's almost like, yo, but it comes back when these things like, you grew up in chaos, right? He's like, yo, you need some chaos in your life. And it's like, you know, and
the
I'm
streets
like,
of Portsmouth,
right.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I need a disruptor.
Yeah.
I need to like be able to bet on myself. And
talk about it, man.
Man, Complex Con, shout out to Complex Con, really changed my life. You know, I don't know what it is about Complex, maybe because it's Pharrell. You know, he became creative. You know, it's that VA.
Shout out VA.
It's that VA energy.
Always
you know
somewhere in the mix, for sure.
And Complex Con really like it like from getting a job working, you know, to my first day in LA, meeting like Travis and Quincy was the first celebrity to give me his phone number. Travis was the first major celebrity I actually met, and then I was like this close when he was performing, and like, you know, Kim Kardashian, like seeing all of that, fire job. USC, going to the bank. They like, you work at USC? See, that low, my boy, you good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Progressing to like needing a disruption, going to Complex Con, buying the ticket. Ye was supposed to perform. He canceled. They let everybody who bought tickets keep the VIP pass.
Okay.
So we there early. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. And it was just like, yo, this is my first time seeing like the culture of everything. Like just like the behind, like everything. You know, you go from VA, you don't really see that. You go there, the first one,
like that.
The cultivation of everything cool that you looked up. You know, you on Complex, you on how you all that. It's all there.
Yeah.
And towards the end, they were like, we was all out getting pizza. I think in the front, like something like that. Me and the homies, Ali, Simon, who else? Josh, who else? It was all us. We was just clicked out. You know what I'm saying? We was in the front, and this lady came up and she was like, yo, you know, doing $100,000 shoe design competition. Any one of y'all designers? And all the homies was like, yo, Mike design, yo, like Mike. And I turned around, we chopping it up, and I ended up losing her card. I lost the card. You know what I'm saying? So later on that day, we went to go see Travis Scott. This is probably like my third time seeing Travis, right? And so I ended up losing the card, getting on Instagram. And my boy Simon was like, yo, you gonna hit the lady up for the money? I lost the card, went on Instagram, hashtag, she popped right up. First person in the hashtag. That's why I don't believe in coincidence. You know, she's the first one to pop up, DM'd her, and then literally, you know, she put me in the mix. And I was like, yo, I was in the shower one day and I was like, look, God, if I'm supposed to do this, like I quit my job and then I'll see. You know, because, you know, we'll see. If I can get further in this competition, because you had to make the video and you had to try out on some real world shit. And she, you know, I ended up making to like the semifinals, and they was like, look, you're on the board of, you know, the producers, they like you, so you might get picked, but you gotta leave your job.
Talk about that.
And I was like,
A crossroads.
oh my
For
God,
real.
I am about to quit my job after everybody so happy about me having this job, and President Broderick from ODU that flew out, he got me in the Beverly Hills, got dang on club, you know what I'm saying? We out there, alumni, I'm with the elites.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I'm about to give up all of this championship rings they winning.
Yeah.
Is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo.
I must step out on faith and on a whim. That's something that's not definitive.
Not definitive at all. Because you won't go find out till you got to Portland.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was so nervous that next day. So nervous. Like, I went into the athletic director office. I sat down. I was just like, he's like, what's that? He on the phone and shit? I'm like, yo, quit this shit, bro. And I remember telling him, I'm like, yo, I want to leave. And he was doing something. You know how people be doing stuff, and he'd be like,
Record
he's like,
scratch.
what? You know what I'm saying? He doing something. He's like, you want to leave? He's like, what you talking about? You shut the door. He's like, I'm call you back, and he doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you want to leave so you can sit down? He's like, you want to go? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want me to give you more money? I was like, shit.
Say that.
That might help.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, but I'm like, that's the devil. The devil trying.
That's the devil.
The devil trying
Boosie
to. He trying to creep in. He's like, yo. So I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But then he kept it a bug with me. He was like, yo, this is just a stepping stone. So like, you know, wherever you go from here, like, you know, this is just a stepping stone to get you to where you at. He was like, you don't owe me nothing. Like, you don't owe the school nothing. You know, you always gonna be part of the family.
Yeah.
You know, regardless. So, you know,
That's beautiful.
I felt that, you know, and shout out Jennifer, because she hired me. Out of all the people, she hired me. She brought me to LA, you know, and she don't even live in LA no more, you know, but she helped me out. She, like, shout out to her, Jennifer. Like, shout out to Jennifer, man. She's been a real one, bro. Like, and I remember, like, going into Lynn Swan office, because me and him had got cool, you know, and, like, sitting there, and he's like, so I heard you leaving. I'm like, yeah. He was like, where you going? I'm like, Portland. I didn't know though, you know what I'm saying, like what it was gonna be. And he was like, yo, you wanna work at Nike? And you notice that was my dream job, like
Mikey at Nike.
Facts, yo. Like that was literally like my dream job, yo. And I was sitting there like, yo, don't you know I'm quitting, right? Ain't y'all supposed to be like, good luck, you know what I'm saying? But it was so family that they was just like, look, whatever you want to do, we gonna support you, you know what I'm saying? That's why
amazing.
I always wear the chain, I always rock the gear, because they really changed my life. You know, that school, like, despite what people may think about it, it really did change my life. It really got me out of Portsmouth, it really set me up in LA, and it really started my career, you know? So I got to shout out to USC, man, because they really made it happen for the kid, you know. And
that's love. I
quit that day, bro. And
you got to send your kids there now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Shout out to the young Mike. You know, when I have kids in the future, they going to be Trojans. No illegal business, though. No illegal business. You know, we going to pay for that. We going to cash that out, you know.
It'll be merited.
Sure.
And no disrespect to the HBCUs, because I did go to Virginia State. No disrespect to the HBCUs. If they want to go there, they can go there.
Or ODU.
Or ODU.
Or USC.
Or USC. Yo, whatever y'all want to do.
Don't do that.
Whatever y'all want to do. Like, don't come in the comment section saying that I don't like black people like George Bush. I do. I support us. Everybody up here.
HBCU.
We love HBCU.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
It's just different opportunities on the side. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean?
It is.
So
it is.
You know.
So you're saying how they set you up towards moving in the direction that you are now.
Yeah.
So talk about, I think you were about to get into, you say, all right, I'm going to Portland now. Talk about the reality show. Talk about the design competition and all of that. Because there's not too many people that can say that, yo, I've been on a reality TV show, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So we get to Portland, and I don't know, I might get in trouble. My contract say.
Hey, you see the title, so hey, it is what it is.
Yo, so I quit USC, I pack up all my stuff, And I'm literally like, dog, I have to get on. This has to happen. Like, it ain't no way that I'm about to just leave my job after everybody been giving me high praise and go do this show, this risky ass show. Yeah. I've never been to Portland either. I've never been there.
It was his first season of the show too. You never had heard of it before.
Never heard of it before. Never even seen this lady. She could have been a telemarketer for all I know.
Scam.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they fly me out. We go to this nice hotel in Portland. The Jay had a jade bathroom. Like, shit was fly. Ooh. And it was nice. It was a nice hotel, yo. And it took our phones. That's what, yo, I've never been without my phone.
Yeah.
In
years.
Since being a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, they said, all right, everybody collect your phones. I'm like,
wait, for how long?
I remember.
Oh, it was over. It was over. Like, it was a wrap. They said, text everybody you need to tell them and tell them that.
He did. And he was like, if you need to reach me, here's the address. You can send me mail, but that's it.
Oh,
so I remember you sending me the address. And I think I did end up sending you something while you were on the show. Yeah. But yeah, it was real. It was real.
That's crazy.
They took that, they was gone.
Yeah.
And I was just in the room. I've been being in the hotel room and I'm like,
no phone.
Do I just watch TV? Like, what the fuck do people do? Like, you just watch TV? So I'm watching TV. So I had like I just start drawing on the notepads in the room because I'm like, all right, drawing on notepads, and I would just read a book because I had like a living room area too. Like, it was a nice little suite. Yeah. So I would just go in there, meditate, read. I was reading Asking It Is Given. Asking It Is Given.
Right. You know, that shout out to Amazon cart.
Shout out to Big Sean. He recommended that joint. And I would read that every day. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to get on this show. I'm going to manifest getting on this show. And, you know, I think I knew when I was getting on the show was in like, it was like day, whatever. And what happened? I had some kind of fit on. I wore like an outfit. We was doing some interviews or something like that. And I had the outfit on. And we was all sitting there waiting to go to meet the producers. So everybody was in the room. And we had, you know, the different cast of people that's gonna get on the show. And it was like, the lady came in there. She was like, can I talk to you in the hallway? I'm like, oh, they kicking people off already? Already? I ain't even talking to nobody yet. So I'm like, what's up? She was like, yo, can you put that outfit on from yesterday? I'm like,
you had that shit on. Had that drip, big drip. Big drip.
Hey, yo, I was like, oh, wow. In my head, I'm like, oh, we don't do the twice.
Yeah, back to back. We don't do back to back. But this was life or death.
Hey, this was life or death. I said, I'm going to put that shit on, you know what I'm saying? Quavo voice. I'm going to put it on. I came back downstairs, everybody looking like, what the fuck is going on, yo? And, bro, I went in there. Everybody, they love me, yo, like the Dougie. And we was out of here. We was out of here right after that, yo. Like, right after that, the little interview, we got on the bus. And they blindfolded everybody or something.
Oh my gosh.
And then that's when I knew, like, yo.
Oh, you know, I'm headed to that place.
I'm headed to that place. And then we ended up at the Adidas headquarters.
Amazing.
And I was like, damn, I couldn't have took that Nike job anyway. Even though Lynn Swan was like, yo, make one phone call. You in there. You.
It's your boy T.Cooke.
And it's Briaunna Monet.
From the I May Get in Trouble for This podcast. If you didn't know, we're here to tell you about an app called Anchor. It's definitely the easiest way to make a podcast. People literally ask me every week, how do you get started with making a podcast? Well, fill them in for me if you don't mind.
Well, first of all, Anchor is free. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many other platforms.
Definitely. Also, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Additionally, it's everything you need to make a podcast literally in one place. So you can't go wrong.
Anchor is like your mini assistant. So go ahead and download the free Anchor app now or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Man, that takes a lot of faith to just step out your comfort zone like that. Yeah, and
bro.
On a whim.
Get really uncomfortable. Like, no phone, blindfolded.
a lot. Having to wear an outfit twice in a
Right.
row.
Repeat offense.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's a lot, man. So,
Yeah,
man,
bro.
I remember. So it was called Laced Up
Yeah, Lace Up.
Yeah,
It's
Lace
a
Up.
sneaker.
competition show.
Yeah.
On
Complex.
YouTube.
Yeah, on Complex.
Yup. I remember
And,
watching that joint every week, trying to see what you and your team. It was a Team Blueprint, right?
Blueprint. Shout out to Ness
Yeah.
and A.
Yeah. I remember watching that every week, like, yo. And I remember y'all designed for a bunch of people. Anthony Anderson,
Fetty
Wap,
Macklemore,
what's the model name? Ashley Graham.
Ashley Graham, Jamie Chung, the Fong Brothers,
Yeah.
Dame Lillard, James
Yeah.
Harden.
Yeah, so many people in a short time frame.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was that like seeing these celebrities in person and then having to, conceptualize a shoe and then not only conceptualize it but pitching it to them with your team? Like, were you nervous when you in these situations and you gotta present a PowerPoint presentation to get them to buy into your concept?
Right.
Like,
Dog. So let me give you a full circle moment real
Okay.
quick
All right.
before I get into that.
All right.
My high school senior year, I was designing shoes trying to get into Pensole.
Okay.
And I kept getting denied because I wasn't good enough. Years later, ended up getting into Pensole on their biggest, platform, right?
Yeah.
So that October, I was at Puff's concert, right? No, not a flex, but a reflex. But I was backstage at Puff concert, right? With my boy Ty, Chris, everybody, we back there. This is where I first meet ASAP, right? And everybody else. It was Vic, Mr. Tyler, everybody. Everybody's back there. But I see Anthony Anderson.
Random as hell.
Random.
Wow. So random.
Backstage.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson in the cut.
So we in the same VIP section watching the show.
Mr. Blackish himself. He in the cut.
Bruh, he's in the cut. So I say what's up to him, talk to him. Fast forward, I'm in the show. This is the first episode. I'm walking in Pensole. I'm like, yo, this is dope. I finally made it. Mama, we made it. I finally got to this.
Nigga, we made it.
Bruh, I've been waiting to get in this school. And I told D, I'm like, bro, I've been waiting to get in this school and turn up. Like, I've been waiting, baby. So I finally get in there, yo, and I'm hyped. And when they said Anthony Anderson, I'm like,
I just met him.
I just met dude
Crazy.
months ago. You know what I'm saying? Backstage. And it's like, yo, so I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this like it meant to be or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the full circle moment.
And then this shit got hard as shit. Like, you gotta, we had to come up with an idea and make it in 4 days and then present it just off of memory of
something that you felt that you had to literally pull stuff out of the air. Like, I think this person likes this. Y'all had to do, it showed y'all doing research on the internet, trying to find, and then you'll be like, in an interview, I heard you say this, so we wanted to go with this.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's all you had to pull from.
That's
like,
it.
Literally.
You had to sell them on it, man. And like, I feel like, a lot of the times we couldn't really, just the type of team that we had, we couldn't really communicate ideas. We all had specials. We had a talented group. I just feel like our communication was like a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like our communication was a little off. But we did rattle off some wins.
Yeah, y'all won a few.
Yeah, we won a few. And I just felt like it was just, if we would have just stayed consistent in that formula, we could have been more successful. But it was definitely, when it comes to design, you design with a purpose and you design with solutions in mind to problems, So a lot of people don't, they don't think about when they design it. They just trying to make it like, oh, it's hot. But it's like, what is it? What problems are you solving? Like, what are you?
Functionality.
Yeah, functionality.
Yeah.
What you making? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about just being hot. The sun is hot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The sun is hot. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
But it has function too, though. You feel me? Like, the sun got function too. It keeps life on the earth, you know what I mean? And then many other things. Keeping our melanin skin,
Talk about it.
So yeah, that's kind of how that went, man. Like,
Crazy.
Good experience.
yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope. I ain't mad at it. And shout out to Portland. Keep Portland weird. That shit was weird.
Yeah.
That shit was weird. But I met a lot of cool people, and I'm happy that I did it, man. Like, I don't have no regrets. Even though we lost, and I felt like my life was over, because I had risked everything and you know, and I was building myself up in the community in LA, and I just was like, yo, I gotta do this. I gotta at least get it out of my system.
Yeah.
I gotta take one risk while I'm here. You know, I already took a risk coming here. It's like, yo, you about to move to another state? You ain't even been in LA that long, boy. What are you doing? You know, but I think my second tour in LA, that's when it really, that was the real, you know what I'm saying? The real deal right there.
So can you talk about after leaving the show, you're devastated and then moving, you know, back, kind of rebuilding all over again?
Yeah, man. All my stuff was in LA. I had to move back home. So I'm back home and I'm like on grandma's couch. Just like, yo, I gotta go back to LA. I gotta figure out how I can get back to LA. When am I going back to LA? Because I was nervous to go back. Because it's like, yo, you start from scratch. And it's like, you don't got no apartment no more. Like, you know, you blew all the money. I don't know what the money was gone.
USC checks.
You know what I'm saying? All the money was gone. Insurance was gone. Everything's gone. And people ask you, like, why you should just stay at USC, man. You know, old head. You should stay there, man. And, man, I got some money. I got a one-way. And I was like, all right, I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm out.
You're pulling yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah,
like,
so now I get
USC,
back. None of that. They know we building your car here. They know, you know what I'm saying? And shout out my boy Brady, man, because I went back to visit because I was like, all right, I'm a little nervous when I get back, so I was like, I'm going to visit. So I show up. He sitting in my chair. That's my man. He sitting in my chair. And I'm like, it's over. It's over. You gotta go. You gotta go do your own thing. It's over. Brady, no, he's the new you right now. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, all right, cool. So now I'm couch surfing. You know, with my boy Issa. Shout out to Issa. Coming and get in the clutch. I'm staying in Issa crib with him and his wife. I'm on the couch. I'm trying to figure out my next play. No USC. No 90% benefits. Nothing. No friends that I used to have. They all gone. No celebrities and all the instant access to all these things. All that stuff is gone. It's just straight up butt naked. Straight
raw.
Raw dog in LA.
Straight raw.
Just straight butt naked, yo. And I'm like, oh man. Every day is like a constant mental, you know, battle myself, you know, and I'm like, yo, I should just leave, because, like,
that would be the easy
thing. Is it worth it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I feel like I done failed, you know, I felt like I really felt like I failed, bro. I was like, dang, bro, like, everything that I built up until this point is, like, gone, you know? And that's when I was like, yo, matter of fact, let me just tap into my resources again. You know what I'm saying? Let me tap into my resources. So, what's a story without turbulence? You know, so I'm at the Issa crib. I'm chilling. I'm on the couch. I'm watching TV, trying to figure out my life, eating Chinese food or something. But the window was open, like a little light coming in, a little bit of light, just enough light to see that somebody's in the crib.
Okay.
So the landlord, she walking past, she doing her rounds or whatever. I think she was just going out to the trash or something like that. I seen somebody look in the window. And I was like, who the fuck is that? So I ain't paying no attention to it, you know what I'm saying? I just kept it pushing. Next thing you know, shout out to Issa, he come back, he like, yo, landlord, she saw you in the crib. And I didn't think it was no issues.
Yeah.
So she basically kicked me out of their crib, basically. Because she was like, yo, you don't live here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't live here, so you gotta go.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. So I'm like, what? I gotta go. I'm a cousin. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Virginia. We cousins.
This my family.
We family. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, all right. So then he's like, look, everybody had to go through it. He kept telling me that. Like, he was like, yo, at some point, yo, you're gonna go through it. You're gonna go through having a couch surf and figure it out. Like, you know, you're gonna have to figure that part out. And, like, I think a lot of people thought, like, I was just out here living La Vida Loca, you know, because it was like that for a while, for a long time, you know, for like at least a year. And then when I came back, it wasn't like that. It wasn't the same thing. It wasn't all peaches and, you know, hanging out in Beverly Hills. Nah, that shit was gone, bro. It was like this real life right here. Like you gotta figure out what you gonna do. And man, couch surfing. You know, shout out to my boy Gustavo. He let me stay at his crib. And my boy Black Buffett, you know, he cause I was down bad. I ain't gonna hold you, like, you know, I ain't always had bread, you feel me? Like that summer was a tough summer for me, dog. Like I had all my money was tied up in like bills and everything, and like I'm doing graphics and stuff, you know, but it's like a struggle. And I remember my man, he gave me a loan. He was like, yo, you from the hood, you from the city. And it's one of my older brother's friends, you know. So he was like, yo, you know, you like my little brother too, so I'm gonna help you get back. So my boy Gustavo, he let me stay at the crib. And you know, he was gone, so I was house sitting. So I had somewhere to be. So I was like, all right, cool. I could just sit here and like figure out my play. And I remember he was coming back early. And I'm like, yo, no, I need to be here for like another week. So I ain't had no bread that day. I remember not having no money. And I was like, yo, I had needed some gas to put in the whip. Because he was like, yo, you got to meet me in Orange County. That's like an hour and some change traffic. I'm like.
And LA traffic is unpredictable.
Come on, bro. So I'm like, look, I'm going to get down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, God, you know, he always come through. Yeah. Sent me a project. You know, the friend, she was having a baby. She needed logo and stuff. I'm like, cool. So I ended up, you know, getting some bread, a couple $100. You know, so I'm like, all right, bet. Put the gas in the car. I'm out of there. So, boom, went down there. He hooked me up with some rack A's. And literally that joint set me up so I could go and pursue what I was trying to do. You know, like a lot of people, they want to say like, yo, yeah, you know, they good all the time. But like sometimes, dog, when you chasing your dream, bro, you trying to do stuff. Like I could have got a job. Yeah. But I was following the path of God, and it's going to be a 40 days, 40 nights situation. You know, I wanted to live out my dream. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to be on anybody else, you know, time and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm going to follow this. No matter how hard it get, I'm going to follow this through. And then I ended up getting the money, positioning myself. And then that's when one of my mentors, Rich, he's like, yo, you know, I got an opportunity for you. And this was the whole A$AP Rocky thing. And then that's how that started, you know what I'm saying? And I had just met Rocky right before I went on the show, backstage, that same night. Because every time I meet people, I know when I meet people, it's for a reason. I don't just meet people randomly, you know what I'm saying? So, like, fast forward, Rocky situation, and then we was back. It was just like that. We was back in full effect.
Amazing. What a testimony.
I gotta let people know, man. You gotta keep it a buck. Like, it won't always sunshine and rack A's coming in every day.
Yeah.
So I've seen, like, on your Twitter, you've been talking heavily about mental health for a while. Do you think that was the turning point for you? Like, did you focus more on your mental health at that point, going through all of that?
Yeah, that was the first time where I actually had to look at myself in the mirror during that time. It's like, imagine you having everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you at a school, they winning, you killing it with the graphics, you get on a TV show, you got clothes, you got bread, you got the whip, everything, your life is going good. And then you hit one of these, and then you find yourself months later, you know, sleeping on a couch. And you like
starting from square one.
So you, not only are you slightly deflated, but you kind of depressed. You don't know, you know, what you're gonna do next. You don't know if it was all worth it. Like, you know, like your ego is kind of bruised because you used to be Roxx. You know, so it's like, who am I now? Am I just a regular?
Where do I go from here?
You know, so I had to dig within, because even though that time in the hotel when I was trying to get on the show, I was really heavy on reading, asking is given, practicing, writing down stuff, really into it. You know, because I was in a safe environment. When you go into
the wilderness,
or you know, quote unquote survival mode, like some people might say, you know, it's hard, and a lot of young entrepreneurs, they do go into survival mode.
Yeah.
You know, and despite being in survival mode, I was able to learn a lot of things, but I did learn a lot of bad habits as well that I had to unlearn later on, because those things, if you grew up in the hood, you get something, you grew up in the hood, that you in survival mode already.
Yeah.
Right? You around guns, drugs, XYZ, whatever, dysfunction, all of that. You get good for yourself, you get out the hood, you reach a level that nobody you know reaches.
Facts.
And then you find yourself back in survival mode. So all of the hood stuff, it just goes right underneath all of this that you built and back over here. So now you have trauma is kicking in to keep you alive. And it becomes a part of your everyday life because you're doing it for like months trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure it out and you're going through, you learning these bad habits. You're learning, you know, your mental is not right. You become a little immature, become a little selfish because you're trying to get something and you don't have the adequate support. So you're reaching, you know, you're scrounging, you're scraping, you know, and it becomes a scarcity mindset. So think about that. You develop that as a person. You become that person in that.
Yeah.
And you have to unlearn, once you get on again, you have to unlearn all of that stuff all over again to get back to the good place that you was at. And that takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because you go into that mode, right? And then you get your dream job, right? Now you're working with one of the, you know, top fashion people and you're doing a good job and you're not unlearning. You continuing to go to progress. Right. So you still have all these bad traits. You still have these things that you picked up and you continue to push forward and you continue to boost the ego part. So it look good, right? So now it look good, you feel good, you like, oh, finally doing, but you never went back and reflected on internally.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. And over time, like I would go through like these insecurities that I thought was strange, but I never confronted them. I would just try to get over them.
Yeah.
You know, and then I ended up creating a version of myself that I didn't quite know, but I was used to. Because I felt like, dog, you got out of your situation, you good, but you never went back to reflect on none of that.
And address it.
Yeah, so it becomes a point where when you get back comfortable, because I remember like going through all of that, getting bread, working with Rocky, and then getting my new apartment. And I'm like, oh man.
You can breathe.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That shit was hard as a bitch. Yeah. Like 3 months. You know, some people go through it longer, but I only had to go through that for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? And now I'm in a new apartment. I'm laying in the bed. I'm literally looking at the ceiling. My rent paid. You know, I got a balcony. I got a nice spot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never unpacked. Yeah. I just was like, yo, I did it. I'm back. Your boy is back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybach Hoops is back. Like, we back in it. And I'm like, yo, we going now. And now I'm in it. I'm back in it. I'm going in it. And I'm single. Okay. So there's no figuring out to do.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to take care of. I don't have, it's just me.
It's just you, yeah.
And I'm doing what's for me. So the selfishness grows and the ego grows and all the bad habits grow. So I just became this new person. Not to say I was rude to anybody, I was still myself.
Right.
But the traits reflected somebody else.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see it until I got into a relationship and it all came out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tweet what I'm tweeting.
So that makes sense because we wanted to maybe Bree could go through
some of your tweets.
We're gonna go through a few of them, and we're not gonna do maybe but one or two for the sake of time.
For sure.
But we want you to give some context because we've seen that you have been, you know, in your Kanye bag when it comes to getting that knowledge out via Twitter.
For sure.
And so when he do that, we know something's coming.
Oh yeah.
Something on the forefront. So we want to just go through maybe one or two of your tweets and you contextualize and let people know what you meant by it.
For sure.
So if Bree, if you find one before me, feel free. Cause it's a lot of them.
So we gonna see. I'll be going in.
Yeah, we gonna see. Let's see, man.
There was one yesterday that I saw, and I was like, I'm gonna ask Mikey about this.
What was about the I tweeted something about a relationship, and I tweeted something about childhood trauma, and what was another one?
Even like, you know.
I got it.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah. Because you were just talking about your relationship. So.
Yeah.
If you find someone special, hold on to them.
Mm-hmm.
I found someone, but I didn't find myself. And when life happened, I didn't know how to handle both. It ultimately led to a lot of hurt. I learned a valuable lesson about communication. Keep progressing every day. So,
Yeah.
do you feel comfortable to like expound on that?
Yeah, for sure. It ain't nothing to hide, man. You know. I think all of that, right? And you become this person, right? Mm-hmm. And
I'm listening.
Oh, you become this person, and you have this like new outlook. Because I was going through like a spiritual awakening. I wasn't trying to heal myself, but I was going through like a spiritual, like I was trying to learn more about Black people, space, and I went into this like not like hippie
how the universe
state.
works.
Yeah, like who am I as a human?
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to tap into that, but I wasn't really tapping into the mental health. So I created this like this person, and I met someone that I had known for a long time, way back until high school. I always liked her, I always thought she was dope. And we ended up getting into a relationship, and everything was going smooth until, you get faced with like the entertainment. Like I didn't know about it. I was just getting in the game. So I thought I was like, on my vibes, you feel me? So in that, you learn about it's just business. I ain't know about that. It's just business. So people not disrespecting your time.
Yeah.
People stabbing you in the back, losing friends, people not paying invoices on time. And you like, yo, I thought this was the dream. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so you dealing with this. But at the same time, you're in a relationship. So if you are a bad communicator, if you're not communicating that you're going through certain things, it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And I think like I tried to correct it, but then like I fell into this thing where like I wasn't really like explaining myself. I was trying to like just do it, like not complain. Like I'm not gonna complain, I'm gonna just try to fix it. But then like things would get like worse, right? And it would be like, yo, like, it's just the business. But it's like, yo, why don't you just take a break from the business? It's like, nah, I gotta keep pushing, But then like something that happened where like, somebody might owe you some money, and then now you got an issue with this person, and now you got like an attitude or something. Or you like not communicating to your partner like, yo, this dude owe me some money. Like I might not have the funds, because I'm just now getting back on my feet, right?
Still in survival mode.
Yeah, still in survival mode, So now you got this person who's trying to support you. But you're not communicating because you still stuck in this whole,
And it's hard to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, yo, I was trying my best, and then you got people like saying like, yo, but you should get a job, you go and then you meet people in your family like, yo, you should get a job, like what about your 401k and all of that, and they kind of discourage you from like what you're doing, and that could put you in like, like a depressive state. And I felt like I had went into like a mini depression at one point, like everything was cool on the work side, but like I didn't feel like I was doing enough for anybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, but it's like, you got somebody who's supporting you, like cheering you on, trying to help you out, but you feeling internally that you're not doing enough. Inadequate, right? And obviously, I didn't mind like that she was in the career. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about that type of stuff. You be successful with what you do, like, and this is the life that I picked. But I wasn't buying into the life that I picked. So I was always like going against it, and like things would happen, and I was overthinking a lot of stuff when it could have just been just straight, clear communication. You know what I mean? And I feel like as time progressed, my mom's ended up she ended up getting sick. So, and then I found out about it, and I didn't know how to respond, because it's like, yo, I done wasted all this time in LA, and I should be at home, like with my people. But I wasn't, again, communicating that. I'm internalizing these things because I'm like, I don't want to cause any more distractions for myself or feel like I'm putting my problems on you.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, even though she's like, nah, like we in this together, you know, but you going through these internal conflicts and you not communicating, you know what I'm saying? So I was bad at communicating my feelings because when I was growing up, you know, you grow up around your cousins and stuff and it's, you know, you gotta be the man of the house.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta do this. You know, and I grew up with like, you know, not really being around my parents for like a while. So I was living with like my grandmother. So my relationship with my parents, just keeping it a buck, you know, was developing. You know, so I was developing myself, you know, with my parents, and I had all of this built up frustration that when I was, you know, trying to do my thing, it's like when you choose to go out on your own, you have lack of resources when you choose your path, right? You know, so I had all of this frustration from when I didn't have nothing to not communicating to people stabbing me in the back in the game and stuff not going my way. I'm not making the adequate amount of money. I feel like I deserve more. Like, and you know, I'm losing friends. Like, you know, I had a job and they ran out of money and they couldn't pay me. And I'm like, yo, what is happening?
Too much.
This is like a lot happening to me. But I refused to be a victim. And I kept internalizing every time and having lack of communication to the point where you end up driving that person away because you're not explaining yourself. You're doing stuff. You become depressed. So now you don't want to do anything. You know, you just become this like a shell of yourself. And I feel like for a while, like I was that, you know, and no matter what, she was always trying to support and trying to be there, but I couldn't get over how I felt. And it was like the ego, you know, until I started going to therapy and realizing like, yo, I was dead wrong, son. Like, like I was wrong. Like you was wrong, son. But when you don't have the proper, you're not talking to the proper people
And the guidance
and guiding you, you know, you don't get that. You know, like my pops always showed me like tough love. So it was like I thought it was just tough love. You feel me? Like that was normal to me. You know, and you know, and it became like an issue. I never addressed it, and going through the trauma, and then going through the trauma again, and then being in another city, and then all of these things happening. You gotta just talk about it. If you got somebody that trusts you and want to be with you, and you gotta just communicate with them and let them know like what's going on. You know, because if you internalize it, man, it's gonna make you. It's gonna not only make the situation worse, but you're gonna start developing habits that can potentially destroy a friendship. And I felt like because I was going through so much in my pursuit of happiness from and outside sources, that I couldn't see the good that was happening in my life. And then, you know, I ended up messing up the relationship. Not to say that like I'm a bad dude, you know, but
no, it's a growing
it's growth.
thing.
It's about growth. And as you just hearing you talk, like I can tell that you are someone who has taken on the responsibility of going to therapy and working through your traumas so that you can, you know, be a better person in the long run. And that's what it's about. Like as black men and just men in general and just people in general, we can let the ego work to our disadvantage and be like, I don't need help, or, you know, as this, and we really do, you know what I'm saying? And so the fact that you working through that, we salute you on that, bro. And I appreciate you touching bases on that. For the sake of time, since you are one of our guests, we do want to get you in what we call the trouble bubble, which is a game that we play. We're going to start playing with our guests. I explained it to you. I think our viewers, the congregation, I think they know how it works. So if you pop the bubble, if it's 1 through 3, it's something slight. If it's 4 through 6, it might be something more spicy, more controversial. But if you don't want to answer, you can take a drink.
Oh, for sure.
So if there's anything left in your cup.
I've been sipping this whole time. You know, I'm like, I'm over here going through the motions of the beginning stage. You know what's dope? Can I say this real quick? But what was dope was, you know, we got to talk about like the origins of everything up until like the transition to LA and then to the show. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously people know it's a lot of stuff that I've been done recently.
Yeah.
That y'all can check out on my Instagram. But
no, please, like, can you tell us more?
that,
Yeah, like, can we talk about Brunch and Best Friends before we even get to the
oh, yeah. So just real quick, so we got well, y'all know I had Mikey Roxx brand in the past, but now I got a new brand which I'm working on, and I'm actually building NFTs, digital collectibles, and we got a company called Brunch and Best Friends. So I don't know if I can show the back.
Yeah.
Show the back. Oh, yeah. So maybe I can do it real quick. Right, here we go. There we go. So yeah, Brunch and Best Friends, man. It's a experiential brunch company. We do these experiential pop-ups, and the tagline is time well spent.
I love that.
Whenever you go with your friends over brunch, you're always talking about business.
It's a good time.
It's always a good time. It's bonding, you know. So it's like, why not create a brand where you can combine these different industries over brunch, you know. And it don't even have to be. It's not really about the food per se, but more of the conversation and connecting with people, you know, in an environment once a week. Whether it be over design and art, whether it be fashion, whether it be technology. So it's just Brunch and Best Friends, man. Just time well spent with you and your people, you know. So
I like that.
And I love the page. I follow the page. Can you tell the people the Instagram handle?
Yeah, so
they can follow too.
Yep, the page is Brunch BFS, Brunch and Best Friends, time well spent. Be looking out for the first drop coming soon. We got, you know, hoodies, t-shirts, obviously, but then, you know, I'm gonna get back in my bag and the cut and sew. You know,
Love
so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, so I mean, I appreciate y'all. Just let me plug that. And you know, it's just dope. It's just dope to just be working in design and in all different places, and you know, cereal boxes to merch to
Tyler Hero,
you know,
JuJu.
Yeah, man. We got new JuJu coming soon. New JuJu merch coming
love
soon.
it.
New Masterpiece ice cream coming soon.
This guy.
So,
is there any exclusive that you might get hit on before we get up out of here? If you on an NDA, then it's fine.
Hey, what I text you the other day?
What?
I'm on a Motor City trip.
I'm on a Motor City trip. No cap. Hey, you just gonna leave it right there. No cap.
If you know what that lyric is, then you know what I'm
Motor
talking
City
about.
Trip.
Yeah, look it up.
Facts. But yeah, man. So, you know, we appreciate you tapping in with us, bro, all the way from LA. Appreciate you coming on the show and being a part of,
Seriously,
you know, everything. So, before we go, let me have you go ahead and just pop the bubble.
The trouble bubble.
And let's see what you get, man.
Okay, so I just push it down?
Just pop the bubble. What number is it?
4.
It's 4.
Oh, it's green.
So, it's a green card.
A
Well, you can pull
green
the
card.
All
card.
right. It's going down.
What it say? What it say, man?
Nah, this gonna definitely give me in trouble.
Oh, okay. Hey, if you got a drink, you can drink.
We gotta wait.
Or you can pop it, or pop another one, or pull another one, pull another green one.
Cause you know we got the
Let me see this. What is it though?
Hey, look.
See, what is it?
Cause you know we got the healthy roll, so we can't do.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. We got. All right, pull another green card, then, man.
All right, here we go. All right,
and this is supposed to be first. It can be first.
First or last?
First or last, whatever.
The last kiss.
Or first.
Okay, so the question. Do I say the question? Now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it says reveal all the details of your last kiss. Man, it's kind of sad though.
Oh, wait.
All right, now we gonna go to another one.
Mini violence.
We on a hot note. You can either pull another green or pop again.
Man, let me try another one.
All right.
I like this green. Here we go. All right. What's the most embarrassing thing you ever did on a date? The most embarrassing thing I ever did on a date. My car getting declined, son. Like,
Oh wow.
yo, son.
That's real.
Broke boy life, yo. That shit.
Real.
Yo, That was the most embarrassing thing, yo. Like
This was in VA or LA?
Nah, I was out and about. I can't reveal the location, but I was out and about, and yo.
But they came back to the table and was like, "Hey, they didn't go through," or like,
Nah, I went to go because I was like, yo, I'm gonna just pay cash, right? So I'm like, all right. So I didn't want to pay with my card. I don't know why. Because I think I was getting cash out for something, and I went to the machine, and literally, bruh, it was the check didn't hit. The check didn't hit, my boy.
the wire didn't come through.
The wire didn't come through.
You gotta call Lady S.
I gotta call. I gotta call somebody. I need an SOS. But bruh, that joint embarrassing, man.
That's real.
It really hurt the relationship and the ego and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
We can see that.
for people out there, make sure you got your finances in order. And if you broke, just don't go on a date. You know, if you're not,
Dating is expensive.
it's expensive. It is, man. That's the one thing I learned, like being in a relationship. Like you gotta have money, and I didn't. You know, I was more focused on the love, but like in a relationship, you need bread. You know, so I was taught a valuable lesson in my previous relationship about that. You know, and you know that's why you gotta go to therapy. And it take years, and you get yourself back. Then you get the bag, and then you get the bag, and then you go. Then you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know, now that we got the bag, we back. We ain't gotta worry about the car declining no more. Now it's which car you want to go with today.
Talk about it.
Okay.
No cut. So I mean, how you feeling? You want to do one more, or you good? You good? You gonna keep it there?
No. We here.
Okay.
We here.
We here. Which number is it?
3.
All right,
Okay,
it's
we got a blue
card.
card.
All right, here we go.
This should be mild.
I gotta keep it PG because we got the joint coming.
You know, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's pop another one, bro. or pull it. Just pull another blue.
All right, here we go. Let me see. What is the one thing you would stand in line for an hour for? Any kind of event for real that I want to see, like an artist that I want to see, or like you know, or like if I'm going to see a girl I like, I'll stand.
Talk about it.
I'll wait. Not
30 hours.
Yeah, 30 hours. I'll wait for that.
Oh,
Hey, talk about it.
Yeah,
Certified lover boy on the way.
I'm a lover guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was never like the player type dude. You know, even though like. Like, oh, you dress nice, you know, like you get that perception, but it's like I always like having a girlfriend. Like that's really like,
come on,
it's just something about it's just easier, you know. Like I ain't gotta go through all these iterations to figure out who you really are. Like I don't got time for you, man. Be hit me up. Oh, you messing with the clothes designing dude? Like, like we don't need that, man.
Yeah.
Let me pop another one, and another one.
All right.
We still ain't ready cards for the other one.
What number is this?
We're
gonna let this be the last one.
This is the last one, man.
Last one.
Why did your last relationship, man? We already
touched on
that.
that. Yeah, we touched on that. All right, let's go for it.
It was on me. But I'm back though, baby.
Oh, this one should be good.
What do you say?
Read the last thing you sent to your best friend or your significant other. Let me see what's going on here. It's the last thing I sent my friend, man. I asked him who made this flyer.
Okay.
Was it a good or bad
Was it good
flyer?
or bad?
I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Him and his wife doing a podcast. My man's Terry and his wife Miracle, they doing a podcast.
Nice.
Okay.
And I was just trying to figure out who did
the
it.
flyer?
Who did it?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't got a significant other at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oh, ladies, you single? Lover boy?
Listen,
Certified
man.
lover boy. You on the album?
I'm trying to fix my life. I'm in therapy right now, so like
Yeah. You
gotta
working
try
on
to-
yourself?
I'm working on myself, man. I'm just trying to get,
You
myself
do have a
right.
lot of things cooking up right now, though.
Yeah, we do got a lot cooking up.
Yeah,
you know,
for
we
sure.
got a lot. We got stuff cooking up.
We
you know,
do.
we got stuff cooking up. Shout out to Cooke though, because y'all don't know that Cooke was actually the reason why I got the Nike deal. I didn't get a deal, but they gave me a opportunity to design some products for a store, Ottoman, and Cooke was like a prime person who helped develop the idea into the product that ended up pitching to Don C, who posted it, who got Nike to hit me up, and they came to the crib. We had an interview. They, you know, it was dope, and they showed a lot of love, and they do some one-off stuff. And in the global presentation, I was in the Nike global presentation.
Yeah.
Oh.
So solid, man. So shout out my boy Cooke, man, for making one of my lifelong dreams come true, man. To work with the company that I rock with, man.
Appreciate that, my boy. You already know. So before we get up out of here, man, yo, let the people know. He just keep.
We gotta have Mikey back.
Yeah, we got to, because we only really scratched the surface of so many things, man.
Yo, hold on.
Okay, wait, go for it.
Who was the last person that creeped you on social media?
That you creeped on social media.
That I creeped on social media?
Oh, he knows what to
talk
about.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't remember the model. It was an Instagram model. Somebody. I found out she was talking to Drake, and I was just like,
damn. All right. Well, on that note,
because
I'm getting the signal. I'm getting the rap signal. Getting the bat signal.
Right.
So let the people know where they can find you, your social media handles, before we get up out of here.
Plug all your social media handles, your websites.
For sure. So if you want to see my work, necosuper.com. That's NECOSUPER.com. Got all my work up there. If you want to follow me on the gram at Mxatrx, so it's MXATRX. Same on Twitter. And, you know, shout out Antoine Bethea, man. We worked on this hat together, man. Bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. That's it. We out.
All right.
Brunch and Best Friends coming soon. Mxatrx coming soon. New Cook coming soon. B coming soon. Briaunna Monet coming soon.
Make sure to catch us every Tuesday for Trouble Tuesdays. Follow the pod at The Trouble Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow me, Briaunna Monet, on Twitter, Instagram.
Follow me at T.Cooke Official on Instagram, at The Cookbook on Twiter. It's been another episode of I May Get in Trouble for This. Appreciate you tapping in, my boy.
Do say. Hey.
Gay. We out. Peace.
Bye.